Doing the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night. 'Cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie as we begin a Tuesday of
this is I was like, this is hump day. We are halfway,
and we were looking out the window, and I can't even see the window. It is, boy, the fog is thick, Odie.
It's thick. Y'all leave just a hair early. I left the house this morning, and I said, well, I'm glad I don't. I'm one of those, I don't get nowhere late, or I try not to. But still,
not road with you. There's no way. Odie's not going to be late.
But yeah, leave a little early and slow down.
A lot of screaming in the car with Odie.
Get in, sit down, shut up, and hold on. Oh, man.
Greg had my hand over my mouth so I wouldn't squeal like a girl.
His eyes were closed.
Did you ever watch, and I know it was a huge, huge TV show that people loved back in the day, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Did you watch that?
I never got into it.
She was like, what was the song?
She was easy to look
at. Fighting.
Yeah,
you know, she was always doing all that stuff. Wouldn't say. Anyway, the show is coming back. It's getting a reboot, and she's going to be a part of it. Now, she's 30 years older now. I don't know if she'll be able to move as like she used to, but y'all expect that to come. I think it possibly might be a Netflix series that is rebooting it.
Huh.
So
vampires were not my thing.
You didn't watch Dracula?
Now, I watched Dracula, the original. That was okay. But then this new age
Well, that
stuff,
what was that other show that was so big that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, don't you? And it was.
I do.
They were into it. It was huge for a few years, and I can't remember what it was.
I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. Twilight something maybe.
Twilight, I believe that was it. Yeah. Stumpy Point, North Carolina. Good morning, Susan. Thank you for being with us. And Susan in Cincinnati. Susan's is everywhere.
Yeah, Susan Joy, how are you doing? I see that this is really, really good news. I don't care where you're from, and I know sometimes Mississippians and the Deep South have different values than maybe California. Do you see how much money's been raised with this concert that they're putting on to help folks?
No.
$100 million has been raised. That's concert tickets, T-shirt sales, and that's wonderful. And hopefully whoever's in charge of dispersing this will go to those that extremely need it. And what is scary, and I don't know a whole lot about California and their land prices. I don't know the housing because everything's so much higher there. I don't know. $100 million in Alabama will go a lot further than it will in California.
That's true.
And I hope it's used for the most that it can get the people.
So I'm going to take you on a little circle ride. You ever go to a restaurant and there's 8 of you, and
tips higher,
and they always say if you have a party of 8 or sometimes there's a party of 6, gratuity is automatically added.
Correct.
And you go on there and you pay your gratuity. I don't mind tipping.
Me either.
I don't stick to 10%, 20%, or whatever else. I give that, but normally I give more.
Yeah.
So on something like that right there, I guess what I'm saying is when you go to a restaurant and they add gratuity, unless it's exceptional service, I don't add anything extra. I give you what you make me to pay. But if you allow me to pay you what I feel your service was worth,
you're going to make more.
You're going to make more. So that right there goes to show when the government steps out of making us pay them in taxes for them to take a portion and give to someone else. When America comes together for a good and gives money, we usually do better. If the government would allow us to give to those entities that we feel go for the right thing, you'll probably end up with more money than what it was when the government was giving them.
Well, it's like Diana saying, she'll give good for good service. And there's nothing like a good waiter to where I never have to open my mouth about what I drink, because they know I ain't going to eat. Everybody knows what I'm going to eat when I go in their place.
Especially in the Mexican restaurant. Anyway.
It's when I go into one I've never eaten before, and we have that staring contest. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
It looks like that.
Yeah.
Call Tino. Tino will tell you.
He'll tell you exactly what
yes, it's had to happen.
And just walk by. You got a pitcher of tea. You know what I'm drinking. If it's below half full, fill it up.
Take care of me.
Oh man!
But it's the same. And you know what that goes to? It's the same thing. And I promise y'all this: if you own a convenience store, any business, retail business you got, if you have a smile and are nice to people when they walk in your business, they will drive way out of their way
just to go.
Yeah, it may be out of their way, but they will come to you. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
And people can actually hear a smile on the telephone.
Oh yeah.
You know,
you can feel ugly in the dark too.
You
Odie.
sure can. I felt more than ugly in the dark.
I had a visual. Stop it, Odie. Stop it.
Oh,
Pam
man.
Bondi, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Pam has been confirmed. She is your attorney general now. She don't look nothing like Jeff
I'm
does.
with it. She showed on.
Whew, boy, it's a major.
People's going to be paying attention to her.
What was that bar fella's name? Who seemed to be
big
grumpy.
boy.
Yeah, he was grumpy all the time.
Yeah.
Robert Barr, was that his name?
No, that wasn't it.
I'm thinking of Robert Barr, Marna.
Yeah.
But Barr was his last name. He was the former guy at the Trump administration. I believe she's going to do well for us as she takes on her new role. We'll find out more about that. I mentioned RFK a while ago advances. He's made it through the first hurdle, and now he must face the next one. And I've learned this. After watching these confirmation hearings, and especially when you go back and remember everybody that was put up for Supreme Court, I would not want to serve. Odie, it makes it not worth it. They destroy your life.
Yeah. What they put Kavanaugh through.
I just
William Barr.
Bill Barr.
Thank you, Brenda. Yeah,
Terry
William Barr. Bill. Yeah, we had a few of them up there had it.
I can still see his face.
Yeah, I can see all of him.
I remember the first time I guess I'm around it so much, and after you watch Fox News for a while and you hear everybody from New York, and then they'd cut to Jeff Sessions, and you're like, whoa, boy, that boy's country.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I sounded so country until I heard Jeff in a panel of 12 New Yorkers with that Bronx accent. I'm like, man, he sticks out.
You ever go back and listen to us on YouTube?
I know.
Both country.
No, I can't do that.
And that's what Amy says, you and your English. I said, what? She goes, both. And I said, it's both. But it comes out as both. Both
with a F.
I said, well, that's kind of like Jeet Yet.
A what?
Jeet Yet.
Oh, did you eat yet?
You know.
Yeah.
Kind of like both of them.
Both of them. But I guess I do that too.
Yeah.
You got a Chester of drawers at home? Well, who hadn't done that? I mean, come on, y'all.
I got a chest of drawer.
Chest of drawers.
Yeah, that's too long for us.
But everybody, all my life I heard, you got any of them Chester drawers left over? I thought Chester was the guy that invented it until I was 20. Slowly catching on, America.
Man. Yeah, we're making it down here.
Shabuda, Mississippi. Good morning there. We'll be right back. We got more coming up as we begin your day. We're going to go over some local events that happen, and there's a whole lot of things happening across the United States that we're going to try to update you on. This is the fastest. I've never seen anything like it.
This man's moving.
Have you and Amy already booked your hotel at the Redneck Riviera in Gaza yet?
We're waiting for it to hit. She's a travel agent too, so she gets all this stuff first. We've been looking.
Get ready. Bulldozers are getting ready to come on in.
We'll take it over.
We'll talk more about that in a moment. When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Y'all be prepared for this. I don't watch it, but I'm sure that there are still people that find entertainment in American Idol. When somebody from our state goes, or Alabama that's real close, I'll start looking at this stuff. But they have signed on to have Jelly Roll on there as a presence each week to coach these children or singers.
I hope they put some makeup on him.
Jelly Roll is different, y'all.
Now, I'll watch it. I'll watch the first part of it because I like to see the ones that they throw off. Look, I will not be seen on American Idol because I know I can't sing.
We both know that.
There's some people out there that sound worse than me that think they can.
Hey, me and Odie were talking before the show about politics and how it works. Wouldn't you like it to have the preliminaries, the primaries, to where you can kind of do it like the Gong Show? where they get up and give their speech and you have a panel.
You got 4 gongs. You got to go.
Wouldn't it be a little bit more fair?
I believe so.
My oh my.
Yeah.
Politics in America. It is something. And politics, trust me on this. I remember having an argument with a politician some 3 to 4 years ago. And Odie, the truth was like right here. And we had an argument, and they were trying to tell me something that wasn't right. And the whole time they were yelling at me, I was trying to grasp, where did you get that from? Because the answer was black and white as to what happened. And that worries me that we get elected officials into positions that either don't know or either they, what's the word I'm looking for? Bend the truth to fit their needs?
Yeah.
And that's on a local level that happened.
So Bob said something. Bob said, watch Jelly's address to Congress on fentanyl. It'll change your opinion of him.
Now, Angie says he's got a great voice.
He does. And of him, I don't have a problem. And I know he went through addiction and he came out of it. And I think that side of him, I think is good. I guess what I have a problem with is
he ain't country.
He's not country. He doesn't look country. And I know we're not supposed to judge and all that. And I'm not. He just doesn't fit country role. I think
he's something, but he's not country.
He's rock. He fits the rock. And it just, him personally, I think he's a great guy.
I thought he fit more into the Hells Angels category.
Well, hard rock,
Rode his Harley right on up there to the award show.
How'd you get up
But
there?
he is a talented guy. I'll do that. But it's just not what sometimes they portray. There's a lot of singers that they say, oh, look at this next country sensation. And I'm like, do what?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't listen to country like you and Greg did, but I listened to it. But still, I know that guy is not, his songs are not country. And he is not country.
Did y'all notice the traffic backing up in Forest, Mississippi on Highway 80 last night? Anybody notice that?
I'm sure we had a bunch that was there.
Well, I'm telling you, it was filling up with what's going on in Forest. Well, let me show you what happened in Forest last night as we go over to the Forest Lumber Company, the Klein caught fire, as we look at this. Odie, here we go. I'm going to hit play on this. Let's look at some still pictures of what went on with this also as we pull this up. This is the lumberyard caught fire there as you'll look at that.
Well, your price of house just went up.
Boy, can you imagine?
Man.
That's firemen. I'm telling you, they had every volunteer fire department on duty last night trying to handle this. And, of course, it slowed traffic there. There's where it all began, right in there. Now, is this kind of common? We had something similar to this in Meridian not long ago next to 18th Avenue. You remember that?
Yeah.
They got to it and got it out quickly. But things like that can happen.
It's hard when you've got that much wood stacked up. It is it's very hard to put that out.
And that's
can't
kind of
get
like
water to it.
Am I right? That dries the wood when it goes through?
Yeah. So it's heated, and then you try and get as much humidity out of it, and it dries the wood, shrinks it.
And it's great to have these companies like Sugarlock Lumber Company. They've done a lot there. They make a lot. Weyerhaeuser. I don't know what's left at Weyerhaeuser. It seems like somebody told me that the plywood mill is no longer there. I'm not certain on that. I wouldn't want to bet my life on that, but it seems like there've been changes up there.
It's a big facility.
It is. A lot of folks. Boy, we've known the Philadelphia crew that worked there at Weyerhaeuser forever and a day. Good folks there. Another thing is we bring up. We posted this last night, and we got time to go over a little bit of this as we pull up city election. It is coming to the city of Meridian. Now, let me remind you, if you live in the county, you cannot vote. You have to live within the city limits of Meridian to do any voting on this. Let's start at the top here. We've listed this by party of who is running. As we go to our webpage here at ScottyRayReport.com, you can look at it there. On the Democratic Party, Jimmy Smith, Percy Bland, Rita Jack, and Ty Bell. Now, that is on the Democrat side. On the Republican Party, we have Stephen Derek Bowler, and then we have Jimmy Copeland as an independent.
Yeah.
So what will happen is one person from here, and these two will be in the general election, which, and I put it down here at the bottom, will be June the 3rd. The primary is April the 1st. And then if there is a runoff, and it probably will be with so many people running, and several of these will be on April the 22nd, 3 weeks later after that. Let's go back to the top here, look at some of these more highly contested areas. Ward 1, George had that, how many years?
George had it for right at 40 years, something like that.
On the Democrat side, Tyrone Johnson and Cassandra Emerson are going to be running. One of them will face either Elliot Brewer or Elton Reed. And that will happen later on. Yeah,
so that's going to be a good race to watch.
Not much going on in Ward 2 is Dwayne Davis running. He's the incumbent here. Kyle Waller is running against him as a Republican in Ward 2.
So they'll bypass the primary, go straight to the general.
Now, it gets a little bit tricky right here as we look at Ward 3. Now, Joseph Norwood is the incumbent, correct?
That's right.
We have LaQuincy Kimbrough, Sandra Faye Moore, Joy Lynn Finley, and Tracy V. Timps. Now, likely it's going to be a runoff there somewhere. There's so many people in that.
Yeah, to go with, and Joseph Norwood being the incumbent.
Now, the next name that you see on the Republican side is Beverly Henson. I've heard a lot of people say her mom was in it. She's going to do great in this. People trust the family.
Excuse me. Barbara was in it for, I don't know, 12, 16 years? 16 years maybe?
It seemed longer.
So she's been around it.
Yeah. So that is an election to watch. And again, it's most likely going to be a runoff here. That's a lot of people for somebody to get 50% over that. It's probably not going to happen. As we move to Ward 4, Ramonda Gale Walker, your incumbent. Yep. Kim Houston used to be it, but she dropped out to run for mayor and lost, and will now face the lady that replaced her. Am I right on that?
She did. She went in and ran for mayor, had to step down. And then Miss Walker, I don't know if she had an opponent.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Time has flown, Odie.
Yeah, 4 years already.
Now, we really expect a runoff here to some degree.
Yeah.
This one, there's a lot going on here. Ward 5, Brandon Rue, a newcomer to politics. Jetta Smith, Shirley Bolden Godwin running for that. Now, you'll notice that Tybell Lindsay's name is not on there. She had to drop out of re-election bid to run for mayor.
Right.
So that's why her name is not on there. Now, we have two people, Dustin Hill, who you'll know from real estate, and then you know Chad Acton, who's been around forever with sports at Meridian High School in Lamar as well. A lot of people know Chad Acton. Then throw in the next loop. We have an independent that will be running in the general election against these other two here. Ricky Spells. He's going to be running as an independent.
Do you really want change in Meridian? Because it's going to take more than 20% of the people that are registered to vote.
That's right.
To go vote. Now, you've heard me say this, and this wasn't you. You didn't do anything. You copied paste. But do you see one of my pet peeves on there anywhere?
I have no idea, Odie.
You have the Democrat Party, and you have the Republican Party.
Hmm?
Democratic is not a party.
No, that's exactly what I got from the city of Meridian.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't. All you did was copy. But it's
So what's
not
it supposed to say?
It's not a Democratic candidate. It's a Democrat candidate. You're a Democrat or you're a Republican.
Well, that's
but
true.
That's constant. You hear that all the time. You hear that on
Well, we
some
can
of these
change
other
that.
ones.
We
No,
can
because you didn't do that. You copied and pasted like you should have.
Well, no, I can fix it. If something's wrong, we try to fix. And
Well, I mean,
I didn't catch
The
it.
general public's they're going to go
Democrat.
along with it, too.
Democrat,
So you
you're
got
right.
half and half.
You're right.
But if you'll watch and see, you've got a lot of. There's a morning show on one of those three-letter networks, and they're huge with the Democratic Party. It's not a Democratic Party. Democratic is a way.
That's correct.
Democrat
That
is a party, and it's just one of my little pet
Well, I
peeves,
get it. You're right.
You know,
Didn't
But
catch it.
We've talked to Charlie Blue, and he was telling me yesterday that he's working with the young professionals to do a deal with the council people race, and we're working on some things to do a debate with the mayors. So there's going to be some good stuff coming to get the candidates out there in front of you, so you know
Young
who they
professionals,
are.
anybody under 60?
We may be too old to be part of it.
Just check it.
Just because we're professional. So we've got some stuff coming in like that. So we're going to get as much information to y'all, the voters, so you can be informed. But please, y'all do what you can. We need 100%, in my eyes, is unreachable, but would love to see it. But come on now. 80%. If y'all are registered and you're able, go vote. Mm-hmm. Whether it's for who I'd like to see in there or not, go vote. Because 20% of y'all vote and 100% of y'all sit here and complain.
That's the way it always works.
Yep.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have two locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Ooh, it's
us again.
It is. We're back. We were reading some comments there. And the comment about debate, let's get one thing straight, fellas. If you don't debate, you don't get a vote. Not necessarily true. There's been a lot of elections to where there was not a debate. Somebody's still going to win.
But on something like with as many people that's running, I think it's going to be good to see. You've got 4 Democrats running. Now on this mayor's debate, all you'll see the first go around are your 4 Democrats. Your Republican candidate and your independent candidate will not be on there. They're automatically right on over to the general. And then when there's a Democrat candidate, then we'll bring the three of those together and have a debate between the three.
Wasn't it one election that Trump didn't debate? Wasn't it one
this whole time, he never showed up to a debate hall.
This last election. I thought it was the other one.
Oh, no, he was with every one of them. Yeah. This go around here, he never went to a debate.
Yeah, he debated Biden this time.
Well, now, when it came, now he debated, not Biden, but what's her name? Now, he had that debate with her. But now, going through the Republican nominee.
Oh, he didn't fool with them.
Yeah, he
there was
didn't
no
get on a
sense
single
in
stage.
it. They had the big.
Yeah.
He was right there. It had that.
Yep. Loser.
And hell on it.
But now you're general. When it comes to that, you've got to debate. So whoever you see as your candidate of that party, you really need to be at the primary too.
The governor has spoken. There is a special election coming. Now this will include the people in Neshoba, Leake, and Winston counties. There's a vacancy that is open now. It's because Miss Jennifer Branning has moved on to the Supreme Court of Mississippi, and her seat is now vacant, and it's going to be called. It's going to be held February 24th. The qualifying deadline is 24th. The election will be held on the 15th. Let me back up and get that straight there. So all of you who are interested in running for her seat in Senate, and again, that includes the counties of Winston, Neshoba, and Leake County. It's time to go sign up now. You've got till February 24th to get your name in the hat when it comes to politics there.
G. Marie, so as of right now, it won't be at the Riley Center. Talking to Roger Smith, we'll have that at the Temple Theater.
All right, let's see here. I've often wondered why people would even fool with buying a tiny home. You ever seen those TV shows?
Well, my mother-in-law lives in a tiny home. She loves it.
Yeah, well, this couple decided they'd been watching it online, and they went and bought one, moved out to Oregon, 60 miles outside of Portland, and they quickly found out that, well, it's cold out there and your pipes freeze. They couldn't leave the house because of fires. They moved back to the city. They couldn't handle it.
We got a house for sale.
I mean, you have no room in these things. It's like living in I think a camper is really bigger than these tiny home things that people build. So investigate before you jump off the deep end into something.
Yeah.
It's a hunting camp at best.
Go rent one. And stay there for a week and make sure you like it.
It's good for a night, but outside of that, I wouldn't want to be there. It's a quick place to get a nap.
My mother-in-law, she's got a nice one. It's neat and got a little addition to it.
But if you live by yourself, but if you've got a wife,
but if you've got a family,
kids, what are you thinking? Y'all be careful out there.
They get their own tiny house.
That's right. Last night we took off. There was an accident with injuries. This would be on 35th Avenue. And go, 35th Avenue. It's directly in front of Norcrest Baptist Church is where 35th Avenue is. And this would be down by the old Jitney Jungle. As we arrived on scene, you'll see the fire truck there getting ready to pull off. And as we pan back, no major injuries with this.
That's good.
We got probably a totaled out car that happened with that, and little minor things there. But everybody's going to be okay on that.
That's the main thing.
Yeah,
you can replace a car.
You can, and they'll do a little work on that. So we did have that. We also had another accident yesterday out by Bonita Lakes. As we arrived on scene there, here's a look at that. We had the right lane of traffic blocked there with the fire trucks. They're blocking that. And this would go around this corner here. And let me just play this video here. It kind of shows a wider view of what was going on, Odie. Let's click on this. First car here. And that gives you a better, wider angle of what was actually going on there. Two cars involved. One was on the left, one was on the right there. Everybody stopped. Nothing major. It was listed as some minor injuries as well on that one also. Fortunately, nothing major has happened since the first of the year. I'm tickled over that.
Been good so far. Let's keep it that way. Yeah.
When walking down the road, make sure you stay in your lane of travel. If you're wobbling, somebody will call the police. And then, Odie, if you've got 4 warrants
that doesn't
out
go
on you.
Good.
No. And Deputy Morgan showed up on scene.
You got an ID.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they ran it, and he was wanted by the popo.
We got 3 hots and a cot.
So he got a ride on downtown. I think somebody put part of the video in the comments there of the police doing the handcuff thing there.
Awarding the bracelet?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The bracelet. They're very attractive. Got a ride downtown. There was a lot of comments on that one there. And police do that. If you've got a record, they will find out about it, and you get a ride on town.
Yeah.
Hubba, hubba, hubba. Coming up, we're going to go over the burglary that happened. We've got footage from inside the store of the guy that broke in. What did he do? We'll tell you about it in a few moments. Plus, we've got a look back in history on this day. We'll look at some of the things that happened. Today is February the 5th.
The 5th. And talk about the 5th. I've got a special bringing in my buddy Ben Hicks.
What's Ben doing? I know Ben.
Well, his bouncing baby boy has made his debut.
Will they have a baby?
2 days ago. Yeah. So Bryant Vincent Hicks, welcome to the world, and congratulations, Ben. I'm happy for you, my friend, my brother. And if there's anything we can do to help old little Mex out, let us know. But old Ben.
Congratulations there. It's always a great time when a child is born. We'll be right back.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Boy, sometimes you got to move fast.
Yeah.
We need to say, who's that selling Girl Scout cookies? Who is that?
That is Newton County Girl Scout Troop number 4173. Girl Scout cookies. It's that time.
What is it? The kind that's got this chocolate and got the little lines that go across it there.
The tagalongs.
Is that it? Those are really good.
Maybe.
Thin Mints ain't bad either.
Thin Mint's not bad. I like the tagalongs, and I think that's what the strip's on there. Golly, I can't remember.
But they're good. See, Girl Scouts. Boy Scouts have flipped over to popcorn, am I right?
Yeah, it's been popcorn for a while. I don't know. Are they still doing it? When I started, we were selling Tom Watt.
I come out of Winn-Dixie one day and bought some from somebody.
All right.
And I forget.
In the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kay says she loves her tiny house. There you go.
I see it.
I think they're great for one person. Do you remember those smaller ones you see around town?
Samoa's. That's right. Oh, Kim, Dale, everybody. Samoa's the one you're talking about.
It's got good flavor.
Yeah, the tagalong got the peanut butter.
They're great to keep in your armrest of your vehicle when you have that urge.
Oh, do-si-dos.
Do-si-do. $5 a box.
All right, look, y'all. We got
Christina said just send her a message. She'll hook you up.
We got anything besides food? I ain't ate since last night.
So you're starving, huh?
Oh, she'll be at the Newton Walmart Saturday.
From 9 to 1. Y'all go by and see it.
Yeah.
Girl Scouts are great. And hope you can help out with those Girl Scout cookies.
Bob's looking for a dealer. He needs a cookie.
Today is February 5th. Back in 1864, on February 5th, here in Meridian, we knew they were coming. It was getting closer. Yep. You could hear the sound of the boots and the cannons. It was making its way. Today, they were in Jackson, Mississippi, as Yankees occupied Jackson in the capital, and they would arrive in Meridian by February 11th and then send a telegram to Washington that Meridian no longer exists, as they tore up our railroads and took it all away.
Left us bow ties.
They sure did. And it was a bunch of bow ties back then. A lot of destruction that happened with that old war.
But we rebuilt.
We did.
Now, if we just continue to build. We'll be all right.
We ain't got there yet. We've been trying since 65 to regain.
Well, it's kind of like losing weight. Once you hit a certain level, you plateau. We've just been plateauing for
the last 200 years. Maybe it's going to get better as we start to see some signs.
Man, it's coming.
It's looking great. 1919, it would happen. One of the funniest guys that ever existed when it comes to movies. And anybody remember a guy named Red Buttons?
Yep.
He was really a gem. One of those Hollywood icons.
Everybody knows this. They may not have remembered the name, but they saw his face.
Oh,
and knew who he was.
Liked him a whole lot. It was Does this exist still?
Wow. I think so.
It used to be in every dentist office and doctor's office as you sat out there waiting for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Reader's Digest would debut.
It taught me how to sit in the bathroom.
Well, there you go. February 1922 is when it all began. But I truly don't know if Reader's Digest is still... It looked like a TV guide, so to speak. It was the same size.
Yeah. 103 years old. That is pretty cool. Ann said, come by the Railroad Museum and she'll tell you all about that Sherman bow tie.
They twisted up some stuff there and messed it where we couldn't go nowhere.
Yep.
Not a real popular name in the South to this day to be named Sherman.
Yeah, you don't see that. Hercules.
Yeah, you don't hear Sherman. You ever been up on Wolverton Mountain?
No, I hadn't.
Boy, what a song that was. And the guy that, Claude King, if y'all remember that, they say don't go on Wolverton Mountain. Anybody remember that? It was 1923 that Claude King was born. And that would be his success song. Merle Kilgore, if I am not mistaken, wrote that, didn't he? Yeah, Merle Kilgore wrote that. That would be Hank Williams Jr.'s manager until his death. And, of course, Merle wrote Ring of Fire also.
Oh, no, I like that.
You know that one?
Yeah.
At 14 years old, this is how things are so different. At 14 years old, Merle Kilgore loved country music so much that he went up to this little skinny fella and said, I want to work for you. And he let him drag his equipment in and out of shows for him. You know who I'm talking about? The old fella named Hank Williams. Hired Kilgore. He was either 14 or 15 years old. I can't remember how old it was. And so he truly learned from the best and would later go on to be manager of his son, Hank Jr. Merle Kilgore was something else, y'all. Liked him. We've all... I remember the first time that I ever got to eat in this place, and it wasn't my money I was spending. I got the check to pay for somebody else, and I opened, it was a leather-bound, when they brought the check out there, and of course me and Angie were poor. Folks, I'm telling you, I don't know how broke we were. But I opened up that thing, and it was leather, and it had the name of the restaurant engraved on it. I thought, isn't that cool here?
What kind of place did we come to?
It was $980 for the bill, and I thought, that's more than I made this month.
Oof.
Anybody remember a restaurant called Ruth Chris's?
Yep.
Ruth Fertler was her name, and she started it. She was born today in 1927. She started that in New Orleans.
Yeah, sure did.
It's a great steakhouse, and I'm thinking that they're still in business somewhere.
Oh, they are. We ate there year before last.
But that's the face behind
on somebody else's dime.
Yeah. It ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. It's good.
No, not at all.
But it's a great steak there.
Yeah.
Let's see what it had. Let's see, Skipper. We talked about him this week. There, Hank Aaron. Man, what a ball player!
Talk about changing a society.
He did. He was great.
And now, who broke his record?
It hadn't been all that long ago. He held that record for years. And I don't know a lot about baseball. I'm not a huge baseball follower and card collector, so I don't know as much as I should. But I do know Hank Aaron was one of the greats there.
You got that right.
He was good at what he done.
Yeah.
I never knew her name, but her face you will always remember from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Mr. whatever his name was, it was the teacher.
Yeah.
You remember her? Her name was Jennifer Lee. She was born on this date in 1962.
Yep.
And my times are win. That was what judge?
Spengoli.
What's his name?
Yeah, Judge.
Yeah. He ended up in all of the Beverly Hill Cop movies.
Yeah, he was one of the cops. Yep.
That pirate hat just really.
Mark McGuire broke his record. That's right.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Peggy.
See, we have.
She knows more about racing. She's got a little knowledge of little baseball out there too.
Well, she did give birth to Rodney Wing.
Yeah, that's true. You know,
bless her. Everybody have a moment there for. 1969, he was a bad boy, married to a beautiful woman there. Anybody remember this guy named Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
He's been in and out of trouble all his life. Worth a lot, but in and out of trouble there.
Yeah. Now Barry Bonds, I think you're right. Barry Bonds may have broke the record first, and then Mark McGwire came in after and broke it from Barry Bonds. And then I want to say, now, did Barry Bonds get in trouble?
I have no idea.
For enhancement drugs, and that's what caused him to be able to hit like he did. I'm not real sure on that one. I know Strawberry got into some trouble.
Who's Strawberry?
Darryl Strawberry?
Yeah, I didn't know him either.
Yeah, for steroids or performance enhancing drugs. Yeah, something like that.
2000, Barry Bonds was the one who broke the record in 2007. Okay. Again, I don't know much about that. So we appreciate all the input from everybody.
Yes.
I remember this name. He was born in 1947. It was back when racing was racing. It's kind of changed now to a political, whatever you want to call it.
I can't even watch it.
Darrell Waltrip was born today in 1947. Big time racer.
Yeah, I definitely can't turn it on.
It's changed a lot since the King and so many of those racers were there, and it's fun to watch, but times have changed in NASCAR.
You go back out to Why Not and you watch dirt fly. You want to see racing. You see cars going around a 3/8 circle track made out of dirt doing 100 mile an hour, running 3-4 wide. That's racing. That's driving around a 2-mile concrete or asphalt circuit, with everybody going side by side.
Well, let me tell you this. Do anybody remember that dramatic moment in Gone with the Wind at the end of the movie when she's starving and she goes out and she picks up that, whatever it was out of the garden to eat, and she said, "As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again." I can remember standing in the middle of Why Not Motorsports Park with Rodney Wing, and I said, "As God is my witness, I will never ride in a car with Rodney Wing again." He scared me dead.
Yeah, well, that two-seater.
Man, he scared me dead. 140 miles an hour sideways, and it was like, whoa.
And all you
I
could see
kept
was
going.
that concrete wall.
I said, "Rodney, there's a wall. Shut up. Rodney, there's a wall." Ooh, ain't doing that no more. If you ain't got control, don't do it. Boy, we sure had I remember me and Debbie had gone to Nashville, and Mike, and I remember his name is Mike. He was the number 2 guy of RCA Records. We were in his office meeting with him, and he said he was talking about some artist that he had. And I said, "Well, who do you have back over there on a shelf?" I said, that you think is going to be the next artist. And he pulled out this picture, and he put it on his desk. He said, "This girl." And she had a little song, and he played a clip of it. It's called 3 Chords and the Truth. It wasn't a big hit. It never hit big, but they did release it. It just kind of mediocred out there. And this was that young girl that he was talking about. Sarah Evans, born in 1971. She went on to become Born to Fly and so many other great songs there. Married somebody that wasn't exactly good to her, but a beauty and a sweet girl she is.
I didn't give her a chance just for her looks.
Anybody remember? But here in Topeka, One's on the Way. Loretta Lynn had a number 1 hit in 1972. She was controversial at the time with many of her songs. She was breaking eyes, breaking glass, however you want to. One of the most, and again, it was a number 1 hit in the end. But a lot of people probably don't remember this. But boy, you want to talk about a song that paints a picture. It has this guy that walks into a bar, and as he walks in, he pulls this off and he slides it in his pocket. And Vince Gill takes you down that road and describes it: a pocket full of gold. And he's standing there lying, and he's got a pocket full of gold. The play on words are incredible, as Vince Gill released that back in 1991. Patti Loveless sang backup on it. And if you've never heard it, I highly suggest looking that record up today and listening to it.
Well, I tell you, Vince Gill, can play a guitar, can sing. He is good. I like him. But we've got We got to go back to corrections. All right, so Mark McGuire broke this thing, then Barry Bond back in '94, and then Barry Bonds, wasn't it? Broke it in 2001. So Bonds is the holder of that record. So we'll get that. Thank y'all for keeping us. We had a bunch of people keeping us straight on that. Yeah.
All righty then. Cal, and I didn't think I did, but he said I had him listed as a Republican. I thought I had him as an independent.
I thought you did too. We'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, I'll go back and look at that. I want to say, let's just go ahead and look at this. What?
Down towards the bottom, I think he's in 5, wasn't he?
See.
No. There he is, right there.
Yeah, I do have it listed as a, so that's an independent. We'll change that. I'll get that changed here in a minute. I got Happy there. He's an independent.
Now that was copy and paste, so that's not the only place that's going to be listed as Republican. So
it could be my fault. I'll go back and double check. Sometimes you get carried away with what you're doing, and I could have made a mistake. I'll get that fixed regardless there. But we always go to our correction department when we have something wrong. We'll get that fixed there, Odie. What else we got this morning that is that occurring? Oh, I remember this. Help me hold on. Travis Tritt, 1990, believe it or not. Boy, that's been forever ago. That was right after Country Club. Anybody remember John Michael Montgomery?
Oh, yeah.
It was a pop song first, I swear.
Oh, yes, it was.
By the moonlight and something.
Yeah.
It was a belly rubbing song is what that was. Slow dancing down at Larry's. That's where you would hear that. It was 06 we'd lose this guy. He was not the favorite of George's, but nonetheless he was still his neighbor there. Franklin Cover passed away. Tom and Helen. Moving on up, the Jeffersons, he would pass away today. We would also lose Kirk Douglas back in 2020 today. An American actor that done so many things. People loved old Kirk Douglas. Let's see. We would also. He was in The Sound of Music, and he was also in the Christopher Reeve Somewhere in Time as the manager of her. He passed away in 21.
I was made to watch Sound of Music.
We all were. It was the most horrible experience that a kid could experience.
Yes.
I just don't see how that could make it this day and time.
I don't either.
And it was only because you had one channel, right?
Yeah.
And so it had high ratings. They were trying to,
There wasn't nothing else to do.
Shock. Last year is all I can say of this. 1 year ago today, we would lose this guy. Toby Keith passed away 1 year ago today. It's just so shocking that happened. We'll be right back. More to come up with Scotty Ray and Odie as we move along on this early. What is today?
Wednesday. Hump Day.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back.
Here we are. Well, it's a starting to be a beautiful Wednesday. Just remember, it is foggy out there, so if you're getting ready to go to work, leave a little early. To make a little time up because it is hard to see. If you got your lights on, make sure they're on dim. The bright lights will reflect off of that fog and can come back and make it harder for you to see. So, and there are so many people that can't drive without bright lights. It's terrible.
True. I'm sorry about that in the background of you there. I was trying to get this cued. Bless his heart. Yeah. Man, there's nothing like breaking into a place and the first thing you do is trip and fall, Odie. It's just downright embarrassing to other criminals.
He's not sure-footed.
This is Highway 19, the Sitco, which is right next to Subway as you're coming up before you get to Tractor Supply on Highway 19 on the right-hand side of the road. And I hope I've got this. As he breaks in the store, he comes around the counter, and he comes to about right where he is now, and he's going to fall. Let's see if I've got that in there. Oh!
Ow!
That hurt.
Oh! So he might have a little limp.
But have no worry. He's going to get, here he is. He's recovering. He gets up, and he heads straight to the Newport section.
Yep.
He and basically what he got, and then I know that this is you can't tell a whole lot about this, but this is the suspect. They would basically take a bunch of cigarettes, is what he got out of there, and made his way out the front door and left. Took a crowbar, pried the front door open. This happened at 2:40.
Yeah, 2:40.
2:44 a.m. is when that happened. So as you look at this, he's picking out his favorite. And basically what they're doing with this is reselling them is what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Criminals do what they do. Let's close this out. This is him here breaking in the front door. Let me back this up and show you how this looks. As you can see there, that's him right there breaking into the front door. You can watch both videos that was posted yesterday. See the crowbar?
There's a camera right there across the street.
Yeah, sure is.
I mean, just saying.
Might want to check it also. We don't know the direction of travel. I didn't stay to watch the rest of that when he come back out the door. But it's a sad day that these things happen in Meridian, Mississippi. It's not going to stop. Now, and let me be clear, I've been asked a lot about this lately. During January and February, I think crime does slow down. It always does. It's colder weather for the most part. Mm-hmm. People stay indoors. They don't argue as much. They stay to themselves. As warmer weather gets hotter is when people start getting out and mingling and more crime happens. As these temperatures start to rise, we could see a little bit more. It's usually cold through mid-March, and it's calmer.
Well, you just got that government check, around into February, into March. People's got a little money to spend.
And crime happens a lot of times when people run out of money. When there's too much month at the end of the money is when crime happens.
That's right.
I missed out on this yesterday. I want to thank the sweet little ladies. They were so kind to me. Calvary Baptist Church, they invited me to speak yesterday, and I went out and spoke to them. They were so nice. I enjoyed that. Thank y'all for taking care of me. I can't give enough hospitality of the way the church was. Got to see Dennis and so many other people there yesterday. But as that was going on, you went out, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
Kentucky
Somebody was
ham
supposed
meal.
to meet me and Greg.
Yeah, I missed it.
Just threw us off to the side.
I can go today.
Well, I want to go today and take Amy to go eat lunch today at the Kentucky Ham. I tell you what.
A lot of people were there.
First Christian Church does this every year. A lot of people go. You can't beat it. I think it's $12. They support all kind of different charities out there and what they do for their own. But y'all know where this is, right across from Mr. Rogers Hamburgers on 23rd. Beautiful stone church right there on the right if you're headed south. Go by there and go in and see them. They're going to be open. They're open now. They opened at 6:30 for breakfast, and they're going to be open through to lunch today. So go by and get you some ham, some eggs, grits. Oh, man, those biscuits.
It is good.
Here we are with food again.
Well, that's what really, it motivates, I almost said middle-aged.
It's us older folks.
Food, it does the body good.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Boy, we've seen a lot of this. And the update on this, I rode by yesterday. I was in a hurry and I didn't get to. Remember the picture I showed of this last week?
Yeah, well, there ain't nothing there but a slab.
Slab.
Yep.
It's clean, and actually you can see better at the red light now. You can see
down the road.
Yeah. So a different change there. I was over by Boyd's Cleanup also. Let me go back here. Here's a picture there across from, as you're coming, what is that, 4th Street where it splits?
Yeah.
It's the right where Boyd's Cleanup is, and you go on down to 18th Avenue Bridge. That's on the right there.
Getting that cleaned up.
Yep. So, a few different things.
The difference between Kentucky ham and Mississippi ham is our pigs were raised here in Mississippi, and them pigs was raised in Kentucky. I mean,
broke down simple there for you.
Is there a difference except it being salty? I know they really, really salt their ham to store it.
Well, over in Highway 18 in Jackson, Mississippi, they're going to be adding more lighting. It's I want to say it's like 70 light poles are going to be added in there. Criminals were complaining they couldn't see to steal things, so they're going to brighten things up for them in Jackson. Sometimes when you got a problem, just go ahead and address it.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about.
It's rough over there in Jackson, y'all. If y'all think we got it bad,
yeah,
it's best not to even stop at a stop sign over there, is it? We won't have any hubcaps.
Me and Greg took some. We had the Meridian Police Department was in on this, Sheriff's Department, our office, and we had got some water together to take to Jackson PD.
Had it on a trailer?
Yeah. And for emergency management over there when they were going through that water deal, nobody had water.
Yeah.
We got going on our way to the academy, and Greg said, run this place. We got 4 cars waiting for us to stop. Just run it. Turn your lights on. Let's go. We've got to get rid of this water.
I figured you were going to tell me you got there and there was nothing on the trailer.
If we'd have stopped, there would have been. Greg, just go. Don't stop. Go.
I don't know if everybody remembers me talking about this on Monday. Over the weekend, there was a body found in Carroll County, Mississippi by deer hunters.
Ooh.
Now, have you heard the speculation? And it has not been confirmed. There's speculation as to who it might be.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember the guy that from Ole Miss, that Jay Lee?
Yes, that ran off from or was last seen walking away from the bar.
Yeah, and it's rumored. Now, they have not confirmed any of this. They're going to do DNA testing, I think, to see about this. But I've heard there's a necklace supposedly found that may have been near the body that would identify that. And if this is what it is, now, they hadn't had a body in the past.
And let me tell you now, Carroll County, that's some woods out there.
Yes, sir. If you're,
man.
Porter Wagner didn't get away with nothing up there, did he?
He did.
Carroll County accident. We really don't know. They're reporting that the gold necklace had on the back of it Jay Lee. And it was near the remains that the necklace had that.
I'll be darned.
It's speculation. It could be somebody else, and
yeah,
we don't know.
They'll send that off to the crime lab and get some.
This would be
DNA
a huge mystery solved that's been haunting this case for quite some time.
Yeah, and then it'll give them something to start to open that investigation back up now.
Debbie says the body was wearing the same jewelry. Need to find that ring in that well. You're right there. All remains and of all 67 people have been accounted for off of the horrible crash that we had.
Yeah.
67. They have one person that they haven't positively identified as that last person, and they will. You narrow it down, but they have to make positive identity is why that.
You got one body and you got one name, and
right.
You can't just say, "Oh, well, that's it," because it may have been another.
Yeah,
you don't know, so they're going to make sure it is for sure.
And as the blames start to happen, that last name that was given of the female that was the pilot, and I don't have it in front of me. They're kind of saying that she was in error of being at least 100 feet too high. She was supposed to be 100 feet below, and it may have been her fault as to where they were. Still early in the investigation. There's a lot being said.
On the airplane pilot?
No, as the helicopter. It was a female pilot that was involved. She was the last one named in that. Of course, we've got the young man from the Macon, Mississippi area.
Yeah.
I guess she would have been the lead pilot in control of things. And they're saying that she was 100 feet too high. And again, this is really early. And that's just some of the information that is being pushed out. Again, as we remember, they only had one air traffic controller on duty when they normally have 2 during a busy time, one to handle helicopters, one to handle airplanes, and it was one guy handling both. And you mix all of that together, and you can have a disaster. So
in a heartbeat,
it's just sad. There was an accident over the weekend on Highway 45 near Macon. 3 people involved in it. A second person has passed away from that. Wow. There was a bad wreck. So we pass condolences up that way. We'll be right back. We got birthdays and a whole lot of other things to talk about. So we ain't over.
Yeah, you got to stick with us.
The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got that right.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray. You know, in all across Mississippi, they're having elections like we are in the Meridian area. Tupelo is no different.
Oh, okay. How many run? Oh, there's less one candidate.
Well, he's still there now, but he got issues there as we find out that the candidate for mayor in Tupelo is being charged with simple assault. 56-year-old Rob Chambers was accused of kicking a 13-year-old in the groin after the teenager approached him in Tupelo, rang the doorbell, and knocked on the door and ran off. We'll see what becomes of that. And again, this may not be everything that we know about it. But they are reporting that in the Tupelo, Mississippi area. There's even rumors floating around Meridian about here, too. So there's we'll see what becomes of all these things that happen in our areas. Politics. And Odie, let me say this. I remember the last election that we had. Politics will bring out the worst in people. I can remember, I mean, this was, 2 years ago, or a year ago, whenever it was. It makes neighbors dislike neighbors over the way they vote.
Oh, man. Yeah, we can't be friends because you're not voting. Who cares?
You know, and I never have ever said during an election anything about how I think you should vote. It's local levels, not on president level. We've all joked about Trump and this, that, and the other. But on a local level, pick your decision. But I remember I got accused by a preacher. He sent me a nastygram, a preacher, of saying that I was voting one way or the other, and I never said that. I'll never forget that. God forgive him. I forgive him. But I didn't do that.
Here's my 2 cents. This is what I like to see.
But it turns, you know what I'm talking about, how it makes people.
If it turns family away, they can't even eat turkey together half the time. And that's terrible that it comes down to that.
It is.
I understand. I mean, when I vote for somebody, I want that person to win. But I'm not going to sit here and not be friends with somebody that thinks the opposite that I do.
It just ain't worth it.
I've got the right to think opposite of them. They have the right to think opposite of me. Now, they may be wrong, but, you know, they can think twice.
They may be wrong. Never admit you're wrong there, Odie.
Exactly. But I want to see, when candidates debate, talk about the things that you don't like and the things that you can do to change to get a better outcome. But throwing all the dirt.
And you know what happens?
Personal attacks. Attack the policies. Don't attack the person. And if you come up telling me that there's a problem with something, sit down and come up with a solution. It may not be the best solution, but it tells me that you're at least thinking about it enough that you have come up with a solution, but you're willing to sit down with 2 or 3 others and to redevelop it if need to be.
I'm talking more in general of just the people that you bump into in a grocery store or you work with. Don't get mad at one another. It just ain't worth fighting over like that.
I had 3 people mad. I had a Let's Go Brandon shirt on. I don't know what was wrong with it.
Bless his heart. I'll never forget that. That guy standing there going, they're screaming.
So what are they saying?
Let's go, Brandon. It was like a clip out of Saturday Night Live. I'm like, dude, did you really just say that?
But I will give that reporter due for covering up what was being yelled on national TV.
That was ugly. It was very, very ugly.
And I'm just like that.
He was quick.
He was quick.
Let's go, Brandon.
And then everybody's sitting back. And they told him, says, let's go, Brandon. That's right, let's go, Brandon. He had no clue.
No, he did not. Let's check birthdays now, Odie. Who do we have having one?
Oh, Joyce Wagner's got a birthday. Logan Thompson, Angie Downs, Adam Woods, Regina Johnston, Steve Jackson with the Mississippi Highway Patrol, Wayne Harris, Indiana Asmus is 15. Jenny DiCamillo's got a birthday. Joyce Gressett, 65. Melissa Embry, Destiny Camden, and Ricky Walters has got a birthday. Boy, y'all will sure give us their name, but y'all won't throw them under the bus with an age. But you know, that's all right. Y'all have a happy birthday and have a wonderful day. Make somebody buy you dinner tonight.
Mark your calendars, April 26th, Pearl Day. Over there by Jackson, you know where I'm talking about? Oh, Brett Michaels is coming. He will be the opening act there. Every Rose Has Its Thorn. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be there. I don't know that.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, that's who he was lead singers with. He's been on a bunch of those addiction shows, or one of those I've seen him on. But
no, Brett Michaels. Alex Rose was lead singer for Guns N' Roses.
Well, I know Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I don't know what group. Is that the group?
He may be on there.
Brett Michaels was the lead singer for somebody. He was. Somebody knows the answer to that.
Oh yeah, y'all can tell us.
I don't.
Poison. That's right. He was. Was Every Rose Has Its Thorn Poison?
Yeah,
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was the song. I don't know the name of it. Where he wrote the song about the guy that committed suicide, sitting underneath the sign that says "Jesus saves." Tell me, why did he have to die? Something like that. It was big stuff there. He's a big star.
Either way, Guns N' Roses, Poison, both great, both good. Definitely go check it out.
There you go. All right. As we leave today, we always leave you with a Bible verse. Have you picked out one for us to head out?
You know, we just hit the button and the Lord throws us one our way. Galatians 5, verse 16. So I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. We all remember that 4 little letters that come together, and it makes us remember, what would Jesus do? Keep him in your heart, lead by him, ask him to come into your life, forgive you of your sins, and he will make a difference in your life and in your families. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll be back Thursday, also Friday Eve, because Friday's coming. You don't want to miss it. Y'all have a wonderful day, and remember, we love you.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.